Hey guys, Cindy A. Lewis here, and I am back. If you remember with our junk journal for Christmas series, we're making two. I'm making two, but you each will make whichever one that you're comfortable with. This one is made from a book with the text block taken out from the Dollar Tree, just an older book. This one is the outside cover's done. Now this one is made from cracker boxes, and I'm making this one for those of you that don't have access to a book or find that you'd like an alternative way to make a junk journal. And this one will also allow you to upcycle some cracker boxes. So thank you so much for joining today. I want to welcome you and all my subscribers today. If you're coming back, and I'm excited to have you here today and follow along with me on finishing the cover of this cracker box junk journal. I guess we'll just call it that. And then, of course, in our series, we're going to go on and we're going to pick signatures, which are the pages that go in. We're going to decorate. We're going to finish the inside covers. We're going to make a charm and a tassel, and it's just going to be incredibly awesome. So what we're going to do here is decorate this one. If you're new to my channel, thank you, welcome, glad you're here. If you are coming back and you're part of my YouTube family, hugs and best wishes to you. I hope that you're doing well. And now let's go on and decorate the Cracker Box Junk Journal outside cover. All right, this one has dried sufficiently. It looks really great. It even curved a little bit when it dried, which is perfect. It looks just like a book. So I've got some ideas. I want to make this one a little bit different than I'm making the farmhouse look one with the red truck. So this one's a little fancier, I think. So I'm going to take some of this lace and I'm going to put it down on the front. Let's see, I'm going to do it this way. And you can see how pretty this lace is. So I'm just going to cover part of the edge of this journal right here and glue that down. Then I'm going to take this little flower that I painted. I may put a little yellow on there, but I haven't decided yet. And it is out of this packet of pretty burlap flowers from Tuesday morning that I had picked up. You don't have to use this. You can definitely cover your journal with anything that you want to. Get creative. But I had this on hand, and I always encourage you to use things that you have on hand. You can use buttons. You can use whatever beads, whatever you like. That's what junk journaling is about. Just using what you have to make something beautiful. And so anyway, I'm going to take this and this little doily that I have, and I'm going to sew a couple of stitches to put this poinsettia on my doily. Now I am going to add a little glue to it just to make sure that it stays well, but the sewing will make it work very well. Then I'm going to take my doily and I'm going to glue it onto the front of my journal like that. And then with this pretty lace on the edge, it's going to look really classy. So let's get started. So in the using what I have realm, I just have this needle that I use to sew my signatures in with some of this wax thread, and I'm just going to put it through the back of this right here, this back petal. I don't know if you can really see too well, but I'm just going to put it through there, and then I'm going to put it through this doily like this. Pull that down, and it kind of blends in a little bit. If it doesn't, I'll probably glue it down. All right, then I'm going to take my needle and thread and push it through here and into one of these other petals, just like this. And then on this side, I'm just going to come down into the next petal in the back, just towards the center. And then I'm going to tie this off underneath, make a knot. You can see how you can't really see that. And then I'm just going to tie this off. It doesn't need a whole lot of stitching, because it is going to be glued down as well. So I'm just going to knot this a couple times, and then I'm going to put some glue and glue it down onto my cover. Okay, I've looked at it. I decided I kind of like it like this. So I'm going to give some glue to it and glue it down pretty much right on top of that. And then it's gonna spill over a little bit onto this spine, and I'm gonna make sure that's glued down really well too. Okay, now my doily is all glued down, and it looks so good this way, so I love it. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do for the cover is take some of this little lacy material that I have, fabric, this little pretty lace, and I'm just gonna cover this edge here and bring it into the inside just a little bit to make sure it holds tight. And so I'm gonna measure probably about right here. All right. I'm just gonna take this Tombow Mono Aqua Liquid Glue that I have, and I'm actually gonna use the other end, which is a little wider. So it does have two ends. And I want to cover this really well because I don't want that slipping and sliding and coming off. Now this is just one idea. You can certainly, you have so many ideas that you can use to cover your journal. And if there is a piece that is sort of loose, then you can always come back and glue it some more. You do want to use some glue that's going to really hold. So I wouldn't use like Elmer's glue or stick glue, right? So I'm gonna glue this down, and then I'm gonna fold it on the inside and glue it. Now, just like I glued this cover, I'm gonna cut some of this corner off so that it folds well on the inside, just like that. Now this is a little more fragile and doesn't just stay still for me. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to glue this down here. Now I am being careful because of that flower on the front, and just going to glue this down right like this. Now I want it to be pretty tight. If you don't, then that's okay too. You could make it looser. So you can see that's going to be really pretty. Okay, so I finished this. It looks really pretty, but I felt like it needed just a little bit more, and you know how I can be. So I have this really pretty glittery red ribbon. This is from the Dollar Tree, I believe. Yep, Greenbrier. It's glitter ribbon. It would come 12 feet last Christmas, I guess. And so I'm gonna take this and put it inside like this and glue that down, and it kind of gives it a finished edge. So I'm going to glue that down, and I will likely use this red ribbon to be my tie for this journal. So I'm going to glue this down here, right here on the edge of this lace. And I want this doily to be right there. So I want to make sure that glues down really pretty. I'm going to make sure that glues down, and then I'm going to take it on the inside right here and glue this down right here. Now the inside will be covered, so all of this will be covered up and you won't be able to see it at all. Sorry about this. Back cover keeps getting in our light. So you can see that's covered there, all glued down, and this is glued here. So now it just needs to dry. Well, that's all we were going to do in this video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It inspires you to work on the cover of your journal anyway. Okay, well, that's it. Thank you for watching. And until next time, I hope I've inspired you to create. Have a wonderful evening.